Those Wildcat Wildcat Thursday, Wildcat Friday. We are going to do our little safety brief, I guess you could call it. Um, yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. The Friday check-in, veteran check-in, safety brief. Uh, just to keep it. Whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? Is my camera just facing the wrong way? Is that what I'm saying? Where did the oh. Man, my camera is facing the wrong way. Let me see something. How do I flip the camera? There we go. That's better, I would say. Hopefully my phone doesn't decide to like fall down or anything while we're doing the safety brief. It looks like it might be sliding down, but we're doing it this way. Safety brief. Yeah, my phone is like tilting. Like, what the hell is wrong with this thing? Okay, there we go. Maybe that's better. We're still trying to technical difficulties. I decided it's better using the back camera than the forward camera. Um, Let me see if this works better. I don't know if y'all can hear me too. Oh, I zoomed in way too much. This isn't the same. It's a lot more difficult to do it this way because of the fact that it's, like I said, I'm not doing it off my computer. I would most usually do it off my computer, but this is the yeah. So gotta make sure gotta make sure we put that in there. Safety brief for Friday. It is Friday. We're doing this right now real quick because we are going to be we will be going to the K-State, the female K-State game. It's March Madness. We all know that. So just part of the safety brief. I just wanted to make sure, show my face, make sure everybody's tuning in. It is March Madness, so we got to keep that in mind. Make sure to keep people aware of the fact that it's not a bad thing. Like, hey, if you want to gamble, cool. Don't gamble the damn mortgage. Don't gamble the rent money. Don't gamble the car payment. Don't gamble something that you know you need to pay. Um, Make sure you're doing that. Don't do something stupid and decide, hey, I'm gonna go gamble on March Madness, and I'm just gonna decide to. I'm gonna decide not to pay my rent, or I'm not gonna decide to pay my mortgage because I thought I knew this team was gonna win, kind of stuff. Um, don't drink and drive. There shouldn't be no drinking and driving. Yes, I know people are gonna have a couple of beers or something, and stuff like that. It'll either be myself or my wife driving. Maybe one beer. That's the most I'll probably have, or maybe she'll have a beer, and I'll maybe be able to. We'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, one of us is not gonna be driving or drinking and driving, which is one of the biggest things always on a safety brief on a Friday. What else we got? I put it in the chat. Leave the damn strippers alone. All you privates, all you veterans, leave them damn strippers alone. You know what they out there for. You know what they trying to do. Stop it. Stop it. And stop it. Um, Wildcats, as y'all can see, Wildcats cheering on the female. I am a K-State student also, so I am part of the Wildcat family. Um, so the whole family's gonna be decked out in K-State stuff. But at the same time, like I said, don't do nothing stupid. Leave the strippers alone. Uh, well, one of the things I know, there's a bunch of sayings that people have that would go into a safety brief, and that's something that we got to make sure we do. Don't add to the population and don't take away from the population, which is one of the main things I've always said. Have a plan for whatever you're gonna do. Have a plan. If you planning to go anywhere by yourself, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a way of getting home. If that means you have an Uber on standby, or you have money saved up for a cab, because I know still cabs do that. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Do not go anywhere by yourself that you don't know. If it's a new place, hey, there's nothing wrong with going and experience a new place for the first time on your own. Don't try to get sloppy drunk while you're doing it, especially if you don't know the area. If you're new to the area, take it slowly, have fun, have a good time. Don't do it. Strip club, if you're going, have fun. Keep the strippers away. Keep them away. Keep them away. It's a bad idea. You should not have a private, or you should not have some kid that just got into the army getting married after the weekend. Let's avoid that. Let's definitely avoid that. That's one of the main things. Let's avoid having a private or anybody that's in your team or squad or your platoon or unit having married after the weekend. That's never a good idea, never a good thing. And I know this is something that I think has been going on with the military since like day one. Person goes off. Not saying that there isn't true love. Not saying that there isn't true love. But at the same time, you got to remember, they've been doing this for some time. This has been an ongoing thing for a safety brief. Don't get married to the stripper on the thing. If you're going to buy a vehicle, talk to somebody if you're going to buy a vehicle. That's part of the safety brief. I shouldn't even... It's not even a safety brief, but it is a safety brief because of the fact that it's just like, how much money is being spent on people getting these high-ass... These vehicles for these high-ass interest rates. We need to fix that. Tell your soldiers if they need to buy a car, or if you know somebody that wants to buy a car, help them through the process. If you know the process, help them through the process. Get them through that situation so they are not getting hit over the head with like a 20%, 24% interest rate. And I know a lot of people are probably tuning in like, what the hell is a 24% interest rate? Well, if you mess around, you fuck around and find out, you will know what a 12% interest rate is, because soldiers have them. Because they ain't got no credit. They don't know any better. They go to buy a car for the first time, and next thing you know, they broke. Like I said, and that goes back to the gambling thing. If you're gonna gamble, it is March Madness. I know people got brackets, and brackets already busted. Kentucky lost yesterday. Drake lost number 10, even though it was a 10 seed to a 7 seed. So they were supposed to lose, I guess, technically by the thing, but they were overwhelmingly favorites, even though they were the 10th seed. They lost. So money was lost, money was made. Keep that in mind. Like I said, don't go trying to spend a whole mortgage payment, knowing that that's the only way you can pay on a bet that you for sure thought was going to win. Because if you lose, you're going to lose out. Drinking and driving, don't do it. Protection, as always, make sure you have protection. Don't hesitate on that. That does change lives. That adds to the population, and not always are you prepared to add to the population. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Enjoy yourself. Don't get me wrong. It is March Madness. Go have fun. Go drink. Go party. Go to the bar. Watch the game. Have friends over. Watch the game. If you're going to have friends over at your place and they're drinking, take their damn keys. Do not allow anybody to drive away from your house with keys, driving away after you know y'all been partying, playing games of ping pong, taking crazy shots, people acting a fool, doing all sorts of craziness. Gotta keep that to a minimum. Why? Because the last thing you want to do is show up on the blotter report for a DUI leaving so-and-so's house. Because the thing is that soldier's going to get in trouble, but then you're going to get in trouble also for the fact that you didn't stop it for some reason, even though it's a grown-ass person. Remember, it is the military. We still have those issues. We still have those issues where people cannot take care of themselves, and we are still getting blamed for another adult doing something. So let's avoid that by making sure that if you're drinking, you have a plan. Whether it's somebody's a designated driver for the night, even if you go into a friend's house, you always have one designated driver. Out of the group in the platoon or something, there's always somebody that don't drive, always that don't drink. Somebody always, weird as hell as it is in the military, there's always somebody that doesn't want to drink, doesn't like to drink, likes to enjoy his time without drinking. If they're the DD, spot them something. Pay for his tank or something. Don't just expect him to be the DD just because of the fact he doesn't drink. That's just fucked up. When I was in, we had a system. It was like, hey, you driving, who's driving, you ain't drinking, stuff like that, so that we knew we got to that location and we had somebody there. We usually had a place but that was overseas also. We had a place we were staying at. One person drove us to that location while the others pre-gamed. Everybody was pre-gaming in the car except the driver. Once we got there, we got the driver fucked up. Simple as that. You don't have to do anything crazy, but it's as simple as that. But we had a place to stay, so there was no driving back. Keep in mind, no drinking and driving. That's one I harp on a lot. We lose too many people because of it. It is not worth it getting a DUI on your record while in service or even out of service. In service, you get Article 15, you get the DUI. You don't go through the same legal system. At least I'm not too sure, but let's keep that in mind when it comes to it. No drinking and driving. No adding to the population. No taking away from the population. Don't what else we got? Come on, y'all. I know y'all tuning in. I know y'all got more stuff for the safety brief. Let's put this in there so that people are there. No ridiculous gambling, because gambling's all right. Don't do nothing stupid. If you got a little change on the side that you can spare, go ahead and gamble that. Do not go and gamble money that you know you need. What else would we tell? Oh, if you get into a fight, you better win. That's number one. I'll skip the other ones. That's number one. If you get into a fight, you better win. I told my soldiers, if you get into a fight, I found out you lost, I'm picking you up on Monday. Your ass is staying in jail for the next 2 days to think about and reflect on why you should have whooped his ass. Now, if you did win, I'll go and pick you up. As soon as I get the phone call, I'll go and pick you up. But if I heard you lost, you staying in there. And I know my first sergeant gave me some shit for it, but you gonna stay in there because you lost. You did not represent your platoon or your team properly by getting your ass whooped. Now, if you got jumped, different story. It happens a lot. There's tons of fights that break out. That is not fair. But if you had a one-on-one fight and you lost, you are staying in jail for the weekend. I will pick you up the following Monday. I'll miss formation for that. What? Sergeant Cruz, where you at? Picking up so-and-so from jail. Okay, too easy. That's an easy explanation. I don't gotta explain myself. They already know he's on the blotter because I already notified him he's in jail. And I just told him, hey, I'm not picking this dude up because he's in jail. Let's get that established. You get into a fight, you better win, or you staying over there for the weekend. Most places, you're going to stay for the weekend regardless. With the military, if you end up with the MPs, you might be able to get picked up right away. Depending on the location. Depending on when word gets to leadership. Most of the time, leadership finds out then and there because the soldier ends up calling leadership. But most of the time, soldiers don't do that. A lot of soldiers think, oh, if I stay quiet, they're not going to find out. They don't fucking find out, man. Don't do it to yourself. Don't make it even harder on you. Call your supervisor. Your supervisor will call leadership. Sometimes it's just the leadership that can go pick them up. Me, I had to go pick them up because she left me in charge because she was away for the weekend. I had to go pick the dude up, even though he had a DUI. I only had one DUI while platoon service, so I was proud of that. But like I said, have a buddy system. If you're active duty, you know you have a gang of people. What you do is with your platoon establish something where every week somebody's a DD. That's something that I asked of soldiers. I didn't ask what was going on. I didn't care what soldiers were doing. Go have fun. Go enjoy yourself. Yeah, work your asses off. Play hard because you work hard. Plain and simple. Play hard because you work hard. But at the same time, have a fucking plan. Don't do nothing stupid. I always ask for 3 volunteers every week. Every week I have volunteers, me included. So there was 4 volunteers within the platoon of 56 in order to make sure there was designated drivers. Basically, it was calling like, hey, you got 4 people that you can call. I even said it. I would be drinking because definitely these people made me fucking drink. Not gonna lie about that. But if I was drinking, my wife was gonna go drive and pick us up. That was established. If I couldn't get picked up, I would find somebody that could go pick you up. And most of the time, it just resorted to a comp day or hey, no PT that Monday morning because you went and picked up so and so from wherever the location may be. Stuff like that is stuff that needs to be instituted and people need to take advantage of because the thing is it's avoiding DUIs, it's avoiding drunk driving, and at least it builds up a system within your platoon or your team that hey, people will look out for each other. So that way we avoid DUIs, that way we avoid drunken accidents, which most of the time ends up taking someone's life that isn't the person that was drunk. Why that is, I don't fucking know. But that's a problem because the thing is that person has to live with it for the rest of their lives. But then also that issue is still pertinent and it's still there. So keep that in mind. What else do we want to get into? Oh, there are changes. We did speak about that yesterday. With the safety brief, make sure you are taking care of your disability ratings. If anything happens over the weekend, make sure it gets notated. You get into a fight, get hit over the head or something, got a concussion, whatever the case may be, make sure you make a note of it. Before that, hey, if it happens that you just fell, slipped, or whatever the case may be, do it. But take care of that. Women's basketball, we got the Wildcats playing today. That's what we're going to root for. This is just the safety brief prior to that. Game is, I believe, 3:30 Central Time, so 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 West Coast Time, I believe. But yeah, we're just doing this. Make sure, that's it. Make sure you keep your safety brief. Make sure you brief your soldiers. Make sure you brief your spouse, your friends, your buddy. That's what we're gonna do this weekend. If we're gonna drink, we're gonna drink. Make sure we're drinking responsibly. Have a plan for whatever the case it is you plan to do or you're gonna get into. Have a plan. Have a plan. Have a fucking plan. Have a fucking plan. Do not get yourself into fucking trouble over a weekend. Saw a story the other day that it was just like somebody was in jail or something. Don't let 5 minutes of emotions change the next 10 years of your life. And that was somebody that went to prison because he decided that he got pissed off because somebody said something to him. Within a 5 minute iteration, something happened, fight broke out, he pulled out his gun, shot somebody, and now he's doing 20 years. He basically said it. If it weren't for those 5 minutes of emotions or 5 minutes of reflection or whatever, he would not be in jail and would not be missing kids' birthdays and stuff like that. Same way with drinking and driving. Don't do it. You can mess up your life and you can mess up someone else's life because of it. Yeah, I was just about to say something else. It popped into my head and then it just popped right back out. Oh, damn. And those are the safety brief. Check on people. That's the other one for the safety brief. Check on people. Just check on soldiers, check on your buddies, check on your friends, veterans especially. Send out a message, even if you make a fucking group chat, if anything. Send out a message to your buds, ask them how they doing. Hey, y'all got plans, whatever the case. Y'all want to meet up, whatever the case. Send a message, check on them, make sure they're doing all right. That's something as veterans we deal with. Like we still have we have a high suicide rate with veterans. That's something we need to fix and we got to work on. So let's make sure we're doing that. Let's make sure we're reaching out to people. Just that little gesture goes a long way when it comes to people because now you have the ability to talk to people. You're interacting with people. You're speaking with people, and you have that. That's something we need to make sure we're doing. Let's not get into the whole leaving soldiers unaware or you being unaware of a soldier or a veteran that you haven't heard from in some time. You see him posting some stuff on Facebook or social media. Reach out to him. Just hey, you doing good, man? How you doing? Ask him. Just quick question. That's part of the safety brief. We got to keep each other safe. We got to help each other out. Make sure we're looking out for one another. Besides that, really, like, what else do we need for the safety brief? It's like, look out for each other, take care of one another, love one another. Domestic issues. That's the other one. That's what I was thinking. Don't hit your kid. Don't hit your wife. Don't hit your dog. Don't hit your neighbor. Don't don't hit anybody. Let's refrain from hitting anybody. Let's keep the domestic issues down. That tends to be a high thing on the blotter when you look at the blotter. And the blotter, if you don't know, is basically the report that comes out every week, basically saying these are the issues that happened over the weekend. Do not be the one on there that has it. Most of the time, I know with the MPs, in some places it's like, hey, we get called, somebody's getting taken in, which I think is one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard. Because if it was just a fucking issue of screaming or whatever, it was just that. If there was no actual domestic violence or stuff like that, people get into arguments. It's fucking normal. That's life. But if it's like actual violence or domestic issue, then yes. But otherwise, some MP units in some places is just like, if you get called, it was like, bro, you're supposed to be doing your job. Just because somebody calls you doesn't mean you have to arrest somebody. But no domestic violence, no drinking and driving, have a plan, no ridiculous or excessive gambling, stay out of the strip clubs, don't fall in love with the stripper. Don't be blasting that T-Pain song while you're leaving, like I'm in love with a stripper. Don't do none of that. Don't do none of that. What else we got? Check on your buddies. If there's a soldier in the fucking barracks that's just playing video games, he's probably okay. If he's just playing video games the whole time, I know Helldivers is crazy right now. People keep on playing their Apex. They got Minecraft. You know, if they playing games, cool. If you can't, try to get them out the room though. Just to hang out, grab a beer. Doesn't even have to be a beer, because some of them ain't even of age. You can go hang out, do a barbecue, something. Well, I would say barbecue, but the weather over here in Kansas is like bipolar because it's about to be cold again. But that's a whole nother case and a whole nother story. But let's keep that going. Let's do it. I don't think I have any more points to add. We covered everything we needed for the Friday safety brief. Don't do drugs. If you're in the military, don't do drugs. It ain't fucking worth it. It ain't worth getting kicked out for fucking that 15 to 20 minutes of high or longer period, depending on what you're doing. It ain't worth it. Don't do it. So no drugs, no drinking and driving, no domestic issues, no excessive gambling. Have a plan. Have fun. Enjoy March Madness. It only happens in March. I don't think I got anything else, yo. Think we might just cut it out at that. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing this Fridays, or if we know 4 days coming up, we'll definitely be doing a safety brief. Uh, just to remind people, because some people need to hear it, and then you got the people that sometimes hear it and still don't do shit with it. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who y'all are. I don't have to explain that one. But safety brief will be concluded. Y'all have yourselves a great weekend. I love y'all. Take care of each other. We will see y'all on the next one. Probably we'll see if we do something. See if we do something tomorrow. Not sure. It is Saturday. Might get some rest in. We'll see what we do. Love y'all. Take care. Just Cruise. Signing out. Peace.